With no further ado, I'd like to formally invite the President of the Society of St Vincent de Paul in New South Wales, Mr Denis Walsh. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. And welcome to everybody tonight. We still have a couple of seats if people want to come down and sit here, I can see. But otherwise, we have standing at the back as well. So again, Ian, I'll start and I'll say thank you again formally. And I'd like to say it is with great pleasure that I welcome you all today, members of the St Vincent de Paul Society and friends, to the 5th Annual Rosalie Rendu Lecture. I would like to begin by acknowledging the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation as the traditional custodians of this land. We commit ourselves to actively work alongside Indigenous people for reconciliation and justice. For those of you who are not familiar with our history, the St Vincent de Paul Society was founded in 1833 by a man, a very young man, actually only aged 20, named Frederick Osnam. Frederick, as I'm sure you will hear, was deeply inspired by the work of a woman called Rosalie Rendu. Today, we have over 25,000 members and volunteers who assist people experiencing disadvantage in over 420 communities throughout New South Wales. Our organisation is also a leading provider of community support services, including homelessness, affordable housing, domestic violence, disability, mental health, assisted accommodation, rehabilitation, and asylum seekers and refugees, and the list goes on. There's a lot more that we do as well. It is our presence across all of these areas of need that lead us to this topic tonight. Now, people usually associate homelessness with the most visible form that it takes. That is, people sleeping rough on the street, and usually men. Older women's homelessness is different. It is hidden. It can be found in backpacker accommodation and hostels. Some women experiencing homelessness stay with friends. Most older women have not been chronically homeless, but have experienced an event in their life that has led to their homeless situation, such as death of a spouse, divorce, or family breakup. They usually don't have complex issues, but lower incomes and fewer assets than men. Worryingly, older women's homelessness is on the rise. This rise will continue if nothing changes. But there are workable solutions to redress this trend. We have the honour of having with us here tonight several people who can share with us an overview of the situation and suggest solutions to resolve it. And tonight we are privileged to have with us, sitting down the front here, the Honourable Susan Ryan. Susan is the former Age and Disability Discrimination Commissioner. Now, Susan will share with us from her vast experience on this subject in her keynote address, and stay with us to answer questions and continue the discussion. Our lecture will be followed by a panel discussion and interactive Q&A session. Now, on the panel, we have Catherine McKinnon, CEO of Homelessness New South Wales. Now, Homelessness New South Wales and several other non-government agencies, including the St Vincent de Paul Society New South Wales, launched a report titled A Plan for Change, Homes for Older Women, earlier this year. Catherine will share with us some of the key recommendations in this plan. We also welcome Gay Mason and Michelle Anderson from the St Vincent de Paul Society to our panel. They will share with us from a member volunteer perspective and a service provider perspective what we are seeing at the grassroots. Now, I'm sure that you all realise that this week is Anti-Poverty Week, and the key purpose of Anti-Poverty Week is to strengthen public understanding of the causes and consequences of poverty and encourage discussion and action to address these problems. Certainly for older women, it is usually their poverty that leads to their homelessness. Rosalie Rendu dedicated her life to assisting those who experience poverty, and each year during Anti-Poverty Week, we remember her with this lecture. The lecture focuses on issues we see through our extensive works. And recently, the lectures have focused on the issues in our social justice statement. And there's three of them: affordable housing and homelessness, asylum seekers and refugees, and energy affordability. Now, last year we spoke about the cycle of poverty. However, it is to affordable housing and homelessness we continue to return. And we continue to return to it because it is the foundation. It is the most basic of needs. Housing in a rich country such as Australia shouldn't be the great difficulty it is to achieve for so many people. In the St. Vincent de Paul Society, we are called not to just provide first emergency assistance, but to bring about change for those we assist. And tonight's Rosalie Rendu Lecture offers an opportunity for us to reflect on this emerging issue and the solutions available. One solution that will make a big difference, and we're just talking about this down the front this evening, Susan, one solution that will make a big difference, not only to older women, but to all low-income earners, is an increase in affordable housing. So tonight we will also launch our Right to Home campaign and petition to start making a difference. So thank you for that, and I'll hand you back to Ian.